And so finally, we want to just go to our next presenter. That is Janet Stewart, who is one of Canada's leading experts when it comes to designing, developing, and deploying online learning solutions. You just heard Dr. Ahmed said that you can send videos for educational purposes to your patients. So this becomes a critical element. And so Janet is going to be talking to us about how doctors can leverage e-learning in patient education. Janet, please.
Thank you, Val. So I'm going to talk about what I would call self-directed learning for patients. And yes, as we alluded to in that previous platform demonstration, the doctor has an option to send information, or to what we would say in the learning world, to push information to a patient. So really there's two types of situations I'm going to talk about. One is when a patient just goes into Google and wants to find out information on something, and the other is more receiving the information from a doctor or physician or any kind of medical organization. I'm going to share my screen. So I just picked a topic, any topic, and I went to the great Google and I put in diabetes and I did a Google search, which when you think about a patient, if they're concerned about their health or wellness in some way, they're very likely to go to the great Google, type it in and see what they get. In this case, the very first thing I got was an ad. So my first question is that legitimate information, or is it going to be biased information? Is that what I would want my patient to see and click on? And then there, of course, there are other things there like Wikipedia, and there's 910 million hits. How could a patient possibly know whether any of that information was good information or not good information, or biased information? So that doesn't necessarily work so well. Then I think, okay, well, in that system that we just saw, you could push information to a patient. You could say, all right, they came, they met with me about diabetes or health or any aspect of health and wellness, and now I want to send them away with some additional information, or I want to send them. When I say came and see me, I meant online, of course, but I want to send them some additional information. So I have some information handy, and I upload a document in Word or PDF, and I send it to them, and it looks something like this. I just pulled something from a project that we had done previously, where we had to take some pretty dry information and turn it into something really fabulous that people could consume. So I could do that. I could just send them a straight up old Word document or even PDF it, and it's black and white text, black text on a white page. Not that exciting, but it does the job. At least now as a patient, I know, okay, my doctor thinks this is good information, and I trust my doctor, so I'm going to trust this information. Well, then you could take it to the next step and apply a little bit of design to it, and it could turn it into an infographic. You could add some color, make the information make sense, some sort of flow to the information so that the patient can read through it and consume it quickly and easily and get it and understand it. You don't have to worry as much about literacy skills potentially, because you use images to convey some of the information. And then I could say, okay, well, I want to take this infographic and I want to bring it to life. I don't want it to be a passive learning experience only, because so far all we've done is read information. But I want the person to be more involved and more interactive in their learning experience, because in the learning sphere, we know that when a person is involved in their learning retention rates go up, and so does comprehension. So I really care about them learning this information, consuming it, so that perhaps behavioral change will occur. And if we go back to our first theme, which was diabetes, of course, if we're pushing information to them, it's because we want them to do something differently, most likely. We maybe want them to change their diet, for example. So now we go to something like this. This is what a course looks like when it can sit on a website. There are a couple of different ways it could look, but this is one of the ones that we built for Valerie's company a little while ago, last year. And so you can see this is how a course looks. And now you see the information has movement, it has color, it has pictures, it has context. I can even build knowledge checks in there for a bit of fun to make sure that the person is getting it. I can go on to the next chapter and I can add hotspots. This could be a human body or a particular organ, and the hotspots now are things I need to click on to find out more information about that particular, in this case, it's a bird sanctuary, but it could be anything. Let your imaginations go here. And again, we have another knowledge check. We keep on going. We talked about having videos that are sent out. Well, what if the video was embedded right into this little mini course? This course, by the way, when I say course, it's a whole 10 minutes, and it's an introduction to a particular topic. Again, not a health topic in this situation, but you can see how the information now is coming to life more so than words on a page. And then, if you really want to serve your patients well, you could have something like this. This is a learning center we just launched for one of our other clients that we work with. And in this case, their area of expertise is helping startup businesses. And so you can see across the top, we've been able to actually put keywords associated with each of these mini courses that we made, so that when a person comes along and say, oh, I want to learn about branding, and I click on that, now instead of having 24 courses that I need to look at, the 3 that are most relevant come up. Or if I want to learn about incorporation, those 5 come up. Or I could just see them all. So when you think about providing your patients with an education center where they could go in and self-serve and look at the different topics that they might be interested in around health and wellness, and then do a mini course, a 10 to 15 minute interactive experience, I guarantee that that will have more desirable learning outcomes than the great Google approach to patient education. Back to you, Bob.
Thanks, Janet.